vola anguela o veteranu hoi tabua agi do talitaina na barongo na Bula FM nambandu na sere
Bula alang gonoa ilutoka do talita ka Bula FM berarti nambandu na sere
ni Bula binaka nanreke ngosa Bula FM nga ena kasi
nalango samundu achiwe na Bula FM nambandu na sere nusuri
ni Bula binaka nalango Jerry yang melambasa do barongo na Bula FM nambandu
Bula FM nambandu na sere.
In the news tonight, more than 100 RK students affected by hostel fire. Fijians rush for last-minute Diwali shopping. An NDMO team to conduct risk assessment in Kadavu.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Amrita Sagar.
Arrangements have been made for 158 students of Ratu Kadavu Levu School who will be released for a week after a fire broke out from one of its hostels last night. The school principal says the fire, which started at the Dengue hostel, destroyed most of the students' belongings, and the management is now awaiting on the Education Ministry for the exam schedules. Apenisa Wangairadovo reports that students affected had a sigh of relief and assurance as the Attorney General Ayaz Said Kayum visited them in the school this morning.
The Dengue hostel at RKS was engulfed in flames last night. Students were safely evacuated in time and firefighters managed to contain the blaze from spreading to the ground floor.
all the belongings have been got burned. That was yesterday at around about 6:30.
School principal P.O.V. Woli says they are expecting a visit from all scholars.
We are getting in touch with them. They will be coming to visit the school and even the students.
The school management is working with the Education Ministry to determine an exam timetable that will be suitable for those affected. Meanwhile, it was all smiles for the students as Attorney General Ayaz Said Kayum took time to visit them earlier today. Said Kayum on his Facebook page says it was good to see that student spirits were still high despite the ordeal. He says as soon as they receive clearance from the fire authority, they will be looking at construction options to get the dome rebuilt. There were no reports of injury or casualties, and the National Fire Authority is now investigating the cause of fire. Apenisa Wangarandobu, FBC News.
Meanwhile, late this afternoon, the Education Ministry says it's working with the school and has arrangements in place to support affected students, particularly those scheduled to sit for exams. The school is going to purchase stationery for students affected by the fire. The affected students in years 12 and 11 will work together in study groups with those not affected. As Year 9 students sit their exams from 4th of November, parents have taken them home in the interim, and the school is preparing learning resources for these students to ensure that they return well prepared for the exams. Occupants of Dengue House have also moved to other dormitories previously occupied by Year 13 students who have completed their exams. Save the Children Fiji will also be delivering 100 sets of basic stationery tomorrow. Well, with just a few more hours till Diwali, Fijians could be seen flocking to the capital city this afternoon to do their last-minute shopping, and the wet weather did not dampen their spirits. Many Fijians were purchasing their Diwali attires, buying groceries, firecrackers, and even visiting the supermarket. Catherine Krishna caught up with a few people who were in a Diwali rush.
Suva was a buzz today as people rushed to get their Diwali shopping done. With the weather as such, it really did not matter for many.
Actually, I'm at work and it's very busy today, and customers are coming and going and buying things. And after work, well, myself also will going to buy stuffs for Diwali, and then tomorrow I have to make some sweets.
For this mother of one, Diwali is something her little family looks forward to.
Leftover work is to make some sweets. I hope this weather clears up so that we can light the diyas and the candles outside our house. We're also waiting for our families to visit us tomorrow, and we will have some sweets and dishes together.
Suman Prakash, who owns a jewelry booth at MHCC, says sales have been good over the past few days.
Business in the mall is being good and nice at the moment because I think people don't prefer to shop outside in the rainy season, so they prefer the mall.
For this florist, business today was a little bit more than usual.
I'm selling the Kamal Kipul for help Indian people for celebrate Diwali. They're using the Kamal Kipul for praying, for bring him their blessing.
Happy Diwali!
Diwali will be celebrated tomorrow and it's the biggest of all Hindu festivals. It is a celebration of triumph of good over evil and enlightenment over ignorance. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Regulatory bodies were out in full force today to ensure traders abide by the law and Fijians shop responsibly for Diwali. The Consumer Council, along with the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission, have been busy throughout the week ensuring consumer interest is protected. Officers from the Mineral Resources Department were also conducting inspections to ensure banned fireworks were not put on sale. Koroi Tandulala reports.
With Fijians getting into the Diwali buzz this weekend, the consumer watchdog is keeping a close eye on traders.
The Consumer Council, as usual, has heightened their market surveillances. We are out there every day. However, having said that, what we have noticed, the retailers continue to sell products, especially food items, which is namely potatoes, onions, which is of bad quality.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission has also jumped on board with the Health Ministry to carry out joint inspection.
The other thing is overcharging on certain price control items, no price marking or display. We've had joint inspections with the Ministry of Health as well as weights and measures and the City Council, the municipalities.
Meanwhile, officers from the Mineral Resources Department are working to ensure protocols regarding the purchase and selling of fireworks is followed.
They go out for inspection to inspect the shops and the retailers who sell these fireworks, that they do follow the guidelines or the regulations as per retailing of fireworks.
With Diwali just a few hours away, relevant authorities are urging businesses to follow ethical practices and consumers to be more cautious and responsible when buying items. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
A joint assessment team led by the National Disaster Management Office will be departing Suva for Kadavu on Tuesday. This is to conduct a risk assessment after a 5.7 magnitude earthquake hit the island last Sunday. Upon receiving the report from the Provincial Administrator Kadavu, the NDMO confirms there is no report of injury or casualties, but is still prioritizing that a risk assessment be done for the safety of communities on the ground. The team will also provide psychosocial support and awareness to communities on what actions to take in case of a tsunami, earthquake or landslide. NDMO Acting Director Litiana Bainimarama says the priority areas are Lomati, Talaulia, Nangai, Tawava and Ratu Eliki Memorial School. Bainimarama says options are being explored for evacuation should the need rise. Meanwhile, long-term options for possible relocations will also be considered depending on the outcomes of the assessment. More rain can be expected in the next few days in the northern division and the eastern parts of Viti Levu. The Fiji Meteorological Services says that this is due to a trough of low pressure which is currently over Vanuatu. It says the situation will continue to bring in more rain to Vanuatu, Taveuni and nearby smaller islands. The eastern parts of Viti Levu will also continue to feel the effect through the southeast trade. The situation is expected to drift north of Vanuatu tomorrow. On Monday, more rain can be expected as the Fiji Meteorological Services predict a curve. This could result in heavy rain alert, which could cause flooding to low-lying areas in the northern division and the eastern parts of Viti Levu. The Lomai Viti and Lau group are to also expect some rain from tomorrow. Well, up ahead, Fijians in Australia commended for their contributions. And Asomo landowners receive payout. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic.
Fijians living in Liverpool and Sydney, Australia have made significant contributions to our national development. This is highlighted by Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama while speaking at a civic lunch accorded to him by Liverpool City Mayor Wendy Waller and her councillors yesterday. Bainimarama said many Fijians have invested in Fiji, which has fostered economic growth over the years. Catherine Krishna reports.
The Fijian Prime Minister is in Sydney for the Fiji Day celebrations. In a lunch meeting with the Liverpool City Mayor, he noted the infrastructure development which Fiji can benefit from.
There's a lot to benefit and learn from the extensive growth and development that have taken place in the Liverpool area. Your infrastructure development is commendable, and I believe that partnership in this sector and other areas would be useful to us.
Voreqe Bainimarama also acknowledged Fijians for their continuous support, especially when it comes to celebrating Fiji Day every year.
There are many Fijians living in this locality, as I mentioned. It is one of the major reasons I've frequented the Liverpool area to celebrate Fiji Independence Day with the Fijian diaspora in Sydney and wider New South Wales.
Liverpool City Mayor Wendy Waller says they will support Fiji in various sectors where assistance is required.
Because we are very much a part of that community, because we have a large community living here. And we'd like to thank the Prime Minister and his partner, his wife, for spending some time with us today.
The Prime Minister says a partnership with the Liverpool community in other sectors of cooperation will help strengthen our leadership in years to come. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
In Nasomo, landowners have received a collective payment of more than $75,000. The fifth payout for the 123 members of the Nasomo Landowners Trust, covering the period of June to August this year, is the largest mineral royalty to date. Koroi Tandulala reports.
Lands Minister Ashnil Sudhakar says landowners should be able to receive a fair share of any commercial activity carried out on their land.
To date, the Bainimarama government has paid out a total of approximately $308,000 to the Nasomo Landowners Trust, and in entirety, landowning units on the or under whose land mineral extraction or mineral is undertaken have received a total of approximately $4.4 million.
Minister Sudhakar also acknowledged Vatukola Gold Mines Limited, noting Nasomo Trust members will continue to receive a fair share of gold and silver royalties based on the saleable material extracted from their land.
Running of a mining operation is no easy task given its capital-intensive nature, as well as real risk associated with the sector, such as metal price fluctuation, oil price volatility, as well as exchange rate volatility, to name a few.
Nasomo landowners have also established a community trust fund supported by a percentage of proceeds from their royalties. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
This year, Fiji has not had a dengue outbreak as we've had in the past. Health Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wangainambete says so far there was only one death and about 3,000 Fijians infected with dengue. Kelly Vidala reports.
Dengue fever is a worrying disease and Fijians should be aware of how they can help eliminate it.
Late in the early 2000s, we were seeing about up to 30,000 Fijians in the 2014 outbreak. We also had a lot of Fijians that were affected with dengue. A lot of things have happened, which I believe has helped. Number one is the awareness. So I'm very glad, personally, to see cleanup campaigns happening all around the country. And I think that's something that, I'd like to ask that we all support.
Dr. Wangainambete says the Wolbachia program has also helped in bringing down the number of dengue cases over the years.
That started off in the Laminosori corridor. That's now going to finish in the Nandi to Bar corridor, where they're sending out the mosquitoes, which has the Wolbachia mosquito, which will then nullify the mosquitoes that have, the dengue in it. And I think that also has been, we believe that also has been very helpful.
The minister says the protection officers are on the ground on a regular basis using enforcement under the Public Health Act to inform Fijians of dengue. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Fiji Roads Authority says it had nothing to do with the planned discussion on pothole photography raised by the Land Transport Authority. FBC News asked the FRA if the LTA request that the public send them pothole photos was justifiable. FRA Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says they were unaware of the context of the issue raised by LTA. Moore says that if members of the public wish to photograph any issue they find on the streets and highways, they are at liberty to do so. He suggested, however, that people direct their concerns to them, not via the LTA, since road conditions are not an LTA responsibility.
I'm not entirely sure how it was conveyed through LTA, but potholes are the responsibility of the FRA. If people find potholes, they should report them to FRA. If they feel the photograph will help, then fine, that's no problem. But we do know where most of them are. We have teams out there going around, and we have regular inspections and repair crews out there.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची एफएम सुनता है because it's hot.
Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number one.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग कल मिर्ची एफएम सुनता. गोल्ड टाउन तावा में मिर्ची एफएम दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Severice's mum has travelled to Japan to watch the All Blacks winger play in the World Cup semi-final tonight. England coach Eddie Jones has spent much of the week smiling as he admits the All Blacks are under a lot of pressure. Jones reveals that tonight's World Cup semi-final will be the biggest game of their lives. The biggest All Blacks test in years kicks off in the next hour, and Steve Hansen and his men will not be underestimating the English. The All Blacks face England in the first World Cup semi-final, and fans in Yokohama are expecting a good game of rugby. The 2019 ANZ Ratusukuna Bowl Challenge has officially been launched in Suva. RFMF Chief of Staff Captain John Fox says the Sukuna Bowl will return to the Queen Elizabeth Barracks this year. Accepting the challenge, Acting Police Commissioner Rusiata Tundravu says they are the underdogs as the RFMF has won the International Defence Rugby competition. Tundravu advised the Chief of Staff for the RFMF to learn from their mistakes as the RFMF lost 41-17 last year. The Sukuna Bowl will be held on the 22nd of November at the ANZ Stadium. Bay of Plenty will feature in the Mitre 10 Cup Premiership next year after holding on to beat Hawke's Bay 12-7 in the championship final. Bay of Plenty led 6-0 at half-time. The win will see Hawke's Bay being relegated to the Mitre 10 Heartland Championship. Fiji Bati winger Micah Sivo has extended his stay with the Parramatta Eels. Vodafone Fiji football team captain Roy Krishna scored his first goal for his new side ATKFC as they beat Hyderabad FC 5-0 in the Indian Super League this morning. ATKFC led 3-0 at half-time. This was Krishna's second appearance for the side after featuring in their 2-1 loss to the Kerala Blasters last week. Villarreal thrashed Alvarez 4-1 in round 10 of the Spanish La Liga football competition this morning. Villarreal led 1-0 at half-time. Their forward Carl Ekambi scored twice for Villarreal to help the side to victory. Showers with isolated thunderstorms was experienced over the Vanua Levu, the eastern parts and interior of the other larger islands today, but mainly fine weather prevailed elsewhere. Now looking at the west, it was cloudy and humid conditions that were experienced earlier in the day. Fine weather prevailed later. And eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, humid with periods of rain and thunderstorms. And up north, with a trough of low pressure over Vanua Levu, heavy rain was experienced. At sea, rough seas, moderate southerly swells, poor visibility in areas of heavy showers and thunderstorms, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots. Now for the tides, high tide will be at 4:44 tomorrow morning with low tide at 10:38 a.m. Sunrise will be at 5:43. The outlook for tomorrow, Diwali day, you can expect the wet weather to continue. And the further outlook as we look onto Monday, occasional showers and few thunderstorms with heavy falls expected to over Vanua Levu. It will be cloudy with some showers and isolated thunderstorms and heavy falls likely to be over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, it should be fine apart from possible afternoon or evening showers. Recapping the main stories, more than 100 RKS students affected by the Hostel fire. Fijians rush for last-minute Diwali shopping, an NDMO team to conduct risk assessments in Kadavu. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. Onto our poll question segment. This week we're asking, is it getting more expensive to celebrate Diwali every year? Visit our FBC website to answer. Well, do send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time. Good night.
Navango merea maramani waya manatu sawa aweti kitunde nandi ya ndo marata kana varonga na radio Fiji 1.
Yawa asna vatili yawa maga Monica. Tondo varonga vale bunar do mai biti lambasa.
Pula nadango aprosa ngarse ngor kraki do televe na varonga na radio Fiji 1 na do mai biti. Nadango tsani bukia ngoni na mosi am do taleta kana varonga na radio Fiji 1 na do mai biti su.
Radio Fiji 1 na do